Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham Ali Khan. Now in this video, I'm going to explain you the deductions available from salary income. Previous videos, I have explained you that Income Tax Act has given the procedure of how to compute the income from salary. There are four components of salary: salaries, allowances, perquisites, and profit in lieu of salary. After that, we'll get the gross income from salary. From gross income from salary, there are three deductions available under section 16. And those deductions I'm going to explain you. So after deducting those deductions, we'll get income from salary. So what are the items that will come under the head salary, under allowances, perquisites, all these things I'm going to show the format. Remember, if you want the perfect knowledge, you have to watch all the videos. If you join in between, you may not be able to understand the complete procedure. So my suggestion, always watch all the videos from beginning till end. So if you have not watched, I suggest you go to the playlist of my channel, select the subject income tax for the assessment year 25-26. Watch all the videos, be perfect. So if you are satisfied, give a like to the video, share my channel and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Now, we'll start now the deductions under section 16. Income tax assessment year 25-26, deductions from salary income. Now, while computing the income from salary, the following three deductions are available. So Income Tax Act has given three deductions from salary income. So those three deductions are standard deduction under section 16(1)(a), EA deduction under section 16(2), and professional tax or employment tax under section 16(3). The maximum three deductions are there. First of all, we learn about standard deduction. In the previous examination, they have asked a short question for 4 marks regarding this. What is standard deduction? So you must know, standard deduction is a compulsory deduction given to every employee who is an SSC. So only if income from salary is there, then only this standard deduction is allowed. Whereas if a person is having other incomes like a rent from house property or business income, they don't have standard deduction. Only for income from salary, we will have the standard deduction. So this deduction is a compulsory deduction. That means every employee, every person who is having income from salary, they will get this deduction compulsorily. And having income from salary, including retired employees drawing pension. That means this standard deduction is not only allowed to present employees, but also to past employees who are getting pension. They will also get standard deduction. Now, standard deduction is allowed to meet the various expenses that employee has to meet while in employment. So when a person is doing the employment, he has to incur a number of expenditure. The expenditure is like going from home to the workplace and coming back. Similarly, some stationery he has to purchase, some medical expenses he has to incur. So all the expenses incidental to employment. To meet those incidental expenses, standard deduction is given. Whether the person has met that expenditure or not, it is immaterial. Compulsorily, every person will get standard deduction. It is allowed as deduction even if he has not actually incurred any of the incidental expenditure. Now, since the standard deduction is a compulsory one to be allowed as deduction, the same is known as statutory deduction. Because standard deduction is compulsory one, every employee will get standard deduction. That's why we can call it as statutory deduction also. So how much is the standard deduction? The least of the following two amounts will be given as standard deduction under section 16(1)(a). Under the old regime and under the new regime, default tax regime, both I have specified here. Under the old tax regime, the gross income from salary or fixed amount of 50,000, whichever is lower. Suppose the gross income from salary is 40,000, whereas limit is 50,000. Whichever is less, 40,000 is less, that will be given. Suppose if the gross income from salary is 1 lakh, but the limit is 50,000, whichever is less, 50,000 is less. So the least of the following two, gross income from salary or 50,000. That is the standard deduction under section 16(1)(a), right? This is under old scheme. Under the new tax regime, default tax regime, that is gross income from salary or 75,000 rupees. The limit has been increased from 50,000 to 75,000 in the new tax regime. That's all. This is all about standard deduction. Now the next deduction is EA deduction, entertainment allowance deduction. Sometimes the employer will pay some entertainment allowance to the employee. Already one video in the beginning I have made on this EA deduction. So if you have not watched, go to that video and watch what are the provisions regarding EA. Entertainment allowance deduction will be allowed only for government employees. For non-government employees, EA reduction under section 16(2) is not allowed. Again, in previous examination, they have asked a theory question regarding this entertainment allowance. So what you have to write, EA is allowed as reduction only to government employees. The term government employees includes employees of central government or state government, but does not include the employees of statutory, corporation and local authority and for non-government employees. Only state government and central government employees, they will get EA deduction. Otherwise, if the employee is working in statutory corporation or local bodies like municipalities or non-government employees, they will not get the deduction. Deduction is list of the following three amounts. First one, 20% of salary. Second one, actual amount of allowance received. And third one, fixed rupees 5,000. By mistake, it is given as 50,000 here. It is not 50,000. It is 5,000. Remember. The fixed amount is 5,000, whichever is least. So 20% of salary, actual amount of allowance received, or fixed rupees 5,000. The least among these three is deduction allowed. And salary means here only basic pay we have to take. We should not take DA, we should not take any other item. Only and only basic we should calculate for calculating this 20% of salary. Right? That is all about entertainment allowance. Now the next deduction is professional tax or employment tax under section 16(3). So actual amount paid will be allowed as deduction. So suppose if the employee pays professional tax or employment tax during the year, if it is paid, then only it will be allowed. If it is not paid, it won't be allowed. So deduction under section 16(2) and 16(3) would not be available in case of employee being an SSC who is paying tax under the default tax regime, that is 115 BAC. One more very important point you have to remember. This EA deduction and professional tax deduction is available only when the employee opt for the old tax regime. That means he has shifted out from default taxes regime. अगर वो ओल्ड टैक्स रिजीम ऑप्ट करा है तो ये ईए रिडक्शन और प्रोफेशनल टैक्स रिडक्शन मिलेगा. अगर कोई एसएससी डिफॉल्ट टैक्स रिजीम अंडर सेक्शन 115 बीएसी चूज किया तो उसको ये ईए रिडक्शन एंड प्रोफेशनल टैक्स रिडक्शन विल नॉट बी अलाउड, इज नॉट अवेलेबल. दैट्स इट. So I have completed all the three deductions. Now format for computation of income from salary. So Income Tax Act has given the format how to compute the income from salary. So broadly we have four components: salary, allowances, perquisites and profit in lieu of salary. See carefully. What are the items that may come under salary? Under the head salary, basic pay, bonus, fees, commission, employer's contribution to RPF in excess of 12% of salary, and excess of interest on RPF over the exempted rate of 9.5%, and contribution made by the employer to employee under new pension scheme NPS. So these are few items that may come under the head salary. The second head is allowances. Under the head allowances, all allowances, dearness allowance, dearness pay, CCA, city compensatory allowance, house rent allowance, entertainment allowance, children education allowance, lunch allowance, meal allowance, project allowance, family allowance, any allowance given by the employer to the employee will come under allowances. Next is perquisites, the benefits or facilities which the employer has given to employees or their family members. That is called perquisite. Example, rent-free accommodation, insurance premium on the life policy of the employee paid by the employer. Then provision of domestic servant. Apart from that, motor vehicle provided by the employer. So many perquisites are there. Then profit in lieu of salary, compensation received on termination and transferred balance from URPF to RPF. Only in one or two problems you may come across this profit in lieu of salary. Most of the problems we don't have profit in lieu of salary. The total of these four items is called gross income from salary. Gross income from salary. Now from gross income from salary, three deductions are available. Standard deduction 16(1)(a), entertainment allowance deduction 16(2), and professional tax under section 16(3). After taking the total of these three outside and deducting, we'll get income from salary. That's it. So in this video, I have explained you two things. What are the deductions available from gross income from salary? And what is the format of computing income from salary? That's it. So inshallah, next video onwards, we'll start the main problems on computing the income from salary. So if you are satisfied, give a like to the video, share my channel, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and give the comments on these videos. So inshallah, we'll continue the next problem in the next video.